Hi, beautiful people. Kamina the Koach here. Have you missed me? I know it's been a while since I've thrown a video up. I don't know. It might be almost a month. I don't know. I know for sure it's been over a week. So sorry. I actually cut myself earlier cooking dinners. Pay no attention to the missing finger. I didn't cut it off, but it's pretty bad. So I wanted to do a video more along the lines of having to do with emotional stuff, especially with everything that's going on. I know since I've recently moved back to the United States, I've got a lot of stuff going on emotionally. And with all the pandemic stuff going on all over the globe, I know a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on emotionally. However, I am not fake or phony, so I can't give you any emotional advice right now while I am having to turn inward to remember my own rules, to dig in my own toolbox so I can stay, so that I'm okay, so that I can stay even keel, so that I can stay okay. So we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. So what I really wanted to talk about in this video is what the future of working abroad is going to look like after this. So this really doesn't apply to, probably it doesn't apply to contractors or nurses or anyone in the healthcare field. I know a respiratory therapist who's overseas as well. Who I think that this will apply to are the people who are teachers overseas, especially people who go to countries like Saudi Arabia and China, who already wanted pretty strict, they already have pretty strict rules to get you in anyways. So the physical to get the visa for China, I think one time cost me $1,500, $2,000. So I think that you could fully expect there to be this $300 or however much the coronavirus test is going to cost. I think that you can expect to see that thrown on the list. I think that it is quite possible that China and the Middle East will require a quarantine period from now until I don't foresee this going away. I don't foresee this the COVID-19 going away. I don't think it will ever go. You know, the bird flu didn't go away. It comes back every year when the birds come back. So I don't think that this is going to go away, and it's likely that there will be another one worse. So I think that you can expect this test to be added to the physical list. For countries that don't have a physical requirement, they may add this to their list of requirements to enter their country, along with a quarantine period. I think for sure the fall of 2020, everyone is going to have to come to work early. If you can even get into the countries, come early and serve a quarantine period. I think right now in Myanmar, the quarantine period is something like 3 weeks. I think it's something like 3 weeks. And I believe last time I checked, 2 weeks of that or a week of that or something like that is in a government facility. Crazy, right? But whatever. So I've been kind of paying attention to what's going on. I mean, you know me, if I don't like something, I leave. I'm not a tree. I don't have roots. So I can't say at this point right now I don't like being back in the United States. It's been trying. It's been challenging. I have my ups and downs, but at this point I don't regret being here. I was coming back anyways. I got forced to come a little bit earlier. But I'm doing this research and I'm thinking about all this just in case I decide to go back overseas. So I think that you can expect it to be a lot harder. I think that you can expect it to cost you a lot more money. I think that you can expect the quarantine period to be at your own expense. I also think that if you're found to be ill after the quarantine period, that you're probably going to have to fly yourself home. So, where there was risk before, I think there's going to be a lot more risk with going overseas to work now financially. I think those of us that were there and were in sweet spots and sweet positions, that we are able to stay, because I know some people that have stayed in China and Dubai, people who have stayed and felt safer there, and I don't blame them. For people who have sweet positions in these countries, they'll likely just, I'm sorry I didn't turn off my text messaging noise. I'm so sorry. I think that you can expect not to have so many problems. It is possible that if they look through your passport and you haven't been to the United States, they might not give you as hard of a time. But this is a pandemic, and pandemic means worldwide. So if you've been anywhere, Europe, they may do Europe and the United States, and you're fine if you've been anywhere in Southeast Asia. I don't know. I just know things are going to be a lot more difficult. I think that the people who stayed and don't plan to leave this summer are going to be okay, and I'm happy for them. They're really the lucky ones. But I think the rest of us, the ones that are trying to get, those of you who are trying to get overseas as educators, are going to find it to be a lot more challenging. As this progresses, I will update you and let you know what I see and what I find out. If you're an educator who would like to get more information about teaching overseas, please feel free to join us at Americans of Color Teaching Abroad. I was a life coach. I've been a life coach for, I don't know, 12 years, I guess. And so I switched my life coaching to focus on helping educators get ready to go overseas. Now that I'm in a more free headspace, I have space for clients. So on Facebook, I am Amina Hall. In Gmail, I'm Kamina, Kamina.hall @gmail.com. If you want to work with me or discuss working together. I don't know what's going on right now, though. So, and I have to be honest with you about that, but I promise to let you know as soon as I know something. So, guys, remember that fear doesn't serve you. It doesn't. It does not serve you. Stay informed, not inundated. And until next time, Kamina the Koach wishing you love, light, peace, and joy. All right, next time.